Happy Wednesday. It looks like we're just recording today. Nobody in the Zoom room just yet, but we'll go ahead and record the session. Yesterday got a little out of hand in life, so that one had to go away. But we'll get back on schedule today with the 8 brocades, followed by a little bit of standing work. So let's relax the body, get yourself rooted, feet about shoulder and hips width apart. Soften the knees, give the shoulders a shrug, let them drop. And then let's begin to turn the upper torso from side to side, just letting the arms swing freely to start. Get the body warmed up just a little bit. We'll go through the brocades and then we'll pull the Zhanzhuang standing sequence that matches up with the Between Heaven and Earth set as a nice way to connect to all the energy before we settle it back into our center. Let's take the hands into loose fists. Begin knocking on the lower belly and lower back. Waking up our energy center, knocking on the door of life. If you've seen the brocades before, you know that there are a lot of variations of almost each one of the exercises, and in some traditions, even a change in the order. I'm doing a relatively simplified version today. And let's begin to deepen out the breathing. Breathing in through the nose if you're able. And then a nice full conscious out breath through either the mouth or the nose. Aiming to draw that breath down deep into the belly. And let's float the hands back off the body, just letting them swing free. And let's begin to shift the weight from side to side. And go ahead and start spiraling your hands so that every time you come across with a hand, your palm is facing into the breeze. Yeah, let's begin to shrink that down, slow it down. Bringing us back to our neutral wuji. And let's connect to the breath with a little spinal cord breathing. Breathing in as we rise. Breathing out as we pull everything back in and gently fold. As we breathe in, spread those elbows apart. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and then pull it all back in, relaxing and releasing as we breathe out. Let's put a little turn at the top. And then come on back to center as you breathe out. Just a gentle twist of the upper spine. Let's take one more. And let's rise into the commencing move, rise and fall. Just open up the flow, breathing in, hands rise at the top, elbows get heavy and draw everything back down as we breathe out. One more time. And this time as the hands float down, bring the fingertips together, interlock the fingers loosely, rise as we breathe in, breathing out, turn the hands over at the shoulders, press overhead. Breathe in, begin to release the hands. And then on the out breath, release all the way to the bottom. Holding up the heavens. This repeats. We're doing this one with a 4-part breath today. Breathing in as we begin to lift. Turn the hands over, breathe out, press overhead. Separate the hands as you breathe back in. Come up on tiptoes if you can. And then breathing out, lower the heels and let the arms float down. Couple more. And one last time, holding up the heavens. Arms float back up on the sides this time. Fold one hand in to draw the bowstring. The other one, form an aiming point. On an exhale, draw the bow as we sink on down. Inhale, sweep your bow hand across. Let the hands change places, and on the exhale, draw the bow. Inhaling as we transition side to side, and then on the exhale, pulling that bowstring. Last one. Let your string hand float out, and then both arms spiral, capturing a ball. Both hands turn over and press away from one another. Inhaling the hands back together, passing each other. Exhaling, both palms turn away from each other, separating heaven and earth. Let's add the breath, inhaling as the hands transition past each other. Exhaling as we stretch the palms away from each other. let me give you an alternate way to do this one. Let the hands spiral each time, placing the other hand on top. Press apart, spiral, press apart. Inhaling as the arms spiral, recapturing the ball. And then exhaling as we stretch those palms apart from one another. Last one. Let both arms come to shoulder height and then come together with the hands. Backs of hands touch and then hands spiral past the body as we look out over a shoulder. Inhale, arms come forward, hands turn over, backs of hands meet. Exhale, spiral the hands, spread the feathers, look over a shoulder. The wise owl looks behind. If you're tight in the neck and shoulders, don't strain on that head turn. Just stay within your comfort zone. If you're only looking to the side and not behind, that's fine. Stay with the breathing pattern. Inhaling the backs of the hands back together, and then exhaling the hands past the body, spreading those fingers out, looking over the shoulder. Let's take one more on each side. Last one. This time, just bring the palms together in the front and let the hands float down. Toe heeling out to a nice wide stance for the next one. Horse stance. Point your toes forward if you can. If you have any pain in your knees, turn your feet out just a little bit. Spread the knees apart. And let's put our weight down into our arms as our hands are just above our knees. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, swing your head out to one side and then all the way across. Exhaling, going the other direction. Inhale. Exhale. Swinging the head and shaking the tail. Let's change direction on the inhale. One more time out and back. And come back to vertical. Toe heel in just a little bit. So still in something of a horse stance, a little wider than hips width. Breathing in, bring your hands to your back, in the kidney area, arch your back. Breathing out, trace down the outside of your legs, coming all the way down to your feet if you can. And then inhaling, tracing back up the insides of your legs, coming back to the kidneys and arching the back. This one is called Two Hands Hold the Feet to Strengthen the Kidneys and Waist. Some translations, there's an extra bit of verbiage about curing the 100 illnesses. But that's a real mouthful. Last one. And then just let yourself release back to Wuji, but stay in the wider stance. Hands float up in front, forming fists with the thumbs in. Pull those back. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, punch a fist forward, twirl it around, present the palm, press forward. Inhale it back. Exhale. Inhale it back. This is Punching Wind. This is from the 12 Rivers set, which has some great similarities to the 8 Brocades. In fact, it's been said that the original Brocades may have had 12 movements. So long out breath here as we punch forward. Wrap in, present the palm, turn the hand over, press forward. Inhale it back, last one. And then just release down. Toe heel back into your Wuji. Rising overhead as we lift the heels, turn the palms over at the top, press the palms as you lower the heels. The final movement of the Brocades, raising the heels and pressing the palms. We'll do the gentle version today. Sometimes we finish with a movement called shaking the tree. Breathing in as we rise, come up onto the balls of your feet if you can. And then as you press the palms, lower the heels. One more time. And let yourself come all the way back to Wuji. And we'll go through a series of standing postures. We'll do about maybe 6 or 7 breaths in each one. First posture, we're going to stay in Wuji, but we're going to turn our fingertips up, palms facing the floor. And we just breathe. Drawing in the earth energy. And if you want, you can just close your eyes through these. I'll talk you into the postures. On your next out breath, just let the hands relax back down to the traditional Wuji. And then on an in breath, let the arms rise to about shoulder height, palms facing down. And we pause in the iron cross. Still drawing earth energy. On your next in breath, turn the palms over, facing palms to heaven. As we draw down the heavenly energy, while staying firmly rooted, relying on the earth energy. On your next exhale, let the hands relax down. And then let's inhale them up, all the way up overhead, turning the palms again, facing heavenward. And we pause. On your next exhale, letting the palms face outward, bring the arms back down to about shoulder height. So we gather in the energy from all around us. On the next out breath, bringing the hands wrapping in, crossing, but not quite touching the body. Hover the hands, palms facing the body. So we begin to draw all that energy back into our center. And then let the hands gradually come together, hand over hand, moving down the body and coming the rest over the lower dantian. And we close our eyes and take a few nice, long, deep breaths, settling the energy back into our center, closing in stillness. You may feel yourself start to sway a little bit. Just relax into that. Just sway like a bamboo in the breeze. And let's take one more deep breath in. And then on the out breath, open the eyes, release the hands, and give everything a little shake out at the bottom. That was the 8 brocades, followed by a little bit of standing Jean Juan work in the postures. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We're back tomorrow going through the set known as Shibashi, the 18 form, set 1. Namaste.